Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we'll be playing some Terraria Calamity Infernum. Now I haven't played Infernum in quite some while. I used to play it back when it first came out and it was quite a mod. It's insanely difficult from what I remember and I don't think I ever beat it. So now I will be rectifying that in this series. So obviously with every Terraria playthrough, we start by mining wood and this dude just falls out of the tree. I'm like, okay. Alright. So now we have 3 NPCs here. Then I decided to go explore to the east. However, there is some corruption there. And that really sucks. Because that is so close to our base. However, there's a living tree here, so you pick up some loot. And here, I'm not really sure what class I play. So as I go through these chests, I find items that could potentially help me along the way. I have to use a hoik method in here in order to get this one chest that's surrounded all by Ebon stone. So using my 5 trillion Terraria IQ here, I construct a door using a hoik method. Because I'm just, my brain just is so massive, you know. It's just how it is. But after doing this for quite some time, I totally did not look up how to do it and figured it out. And we get a boomerang. We don't get anything crazy here. Heading all the way down here, I realize there's literally nothing here, so I have to head back up. However, I'm having a hard time doing that. But then I realized the stool allows us to jump higher. So using the stool, we were able to get all the way up and grab our first weapon, the fledgling staff. Now, this weapon is what ultimately decided on letting me do a summoner playthrough. So I was like, alright, cool. So yeah, now that we're doing a summoner playthrough, we decided to head to the west. Yes, that's the west. And oh my god, we're at the Crimson. Oh god. Yep, that's right. We're surrounded literally immediately to our east and west by both evil biomes. This really sucks. However, I decide to make the most out of it and I head down one of those hand thingies the Crimson has and we find a lot of platinum, like a lot of platinum. But I'm unable to mine it, so I blow up some bombs in order to get able to mine it. And then once we're there, we break all of it, and we get a hefty amount of platinum that I will be using for later. Once we pick all of this platinum up, we head back to my base, and then I decided to put down some chests here and just dump everything in because we'll be getting magic storage later. I make myself an anvil and see what I can craft. Now there's not that many options here because I don't have that much things to craft with. However, I do decide to make a radar and it gives me a pretty good modifier here. So I decided to use it just for the defense and we begin to mine down. This took me a very long time and we just decided to mine down until we found something interesting. Nothing really interesting shows up. I lose my spelunker pot. However, we do stumble across a mushroom biome. And I'm like, yay! We found one. Only to realize the flaws of being a summoner, which you will get to see on full display momentarily. Till then, a fairy tells us to go follow her up, and I'm like, okay. So I place down these ropes to try and get up. The fairy just continues going up, and I don't know what she's after. However, I later find out that it is a life crystal, and yeah, it takes us quite some time to mine up to it because for some reason the fairy locked on to the thing that's all the way up there, but not the chest that's actually to the very left of this place, which is deeply unfortunate. I get attacked by this bat and I actually almost die to it. However, luckily my minions at this point in the game are fairly competent and actually do help me here. However, later you will see that this will not be the case and I will die so many times my minions just not attacking. But yeah, we continue later on and we get Hermes boots in the chest here and we continue on our way down. Unfortunately here I fail to realize that there is a bat following me. And I take the fattest L of my life because my minion just cannot attack the bat and I get stuck in the water, but it is what it is. Here we have the classic example of average summoner gaming in the early game, where you just sit around and let your sentry you spawn with do all the work for you. Yeah, I don't even want to comment on that one, but don't worry, we'll come back and get all our stuff back. Don't worry, we'll come and get all our stuff back. Oh my god, I don't even know why. Why do I even try anymore? If you saw my Catalyst video, you'll know that these enemies drop like 4 cores, which is enough for the entire set. Unfortunately, if you don't do enough damage to them, they get really mad and then they go boom. And that is what happens over here. It's tough, but it is what it is. There's only so much we can do. I head further down in the cave and we decide to head back up. However, we get chased by a skeleton and I decide to run away, as any normal person would. However, my eyes failing me, I die to a piranha. Next, I decide to head to the east again and go deeper into the corruption and beyond it. We find some more living trees and loot them all. Don't get anything interesting here. And then we continue going more east until we get to the desert. There's just some random lava pools here. And I'm like, okay, that could be useful for later. Kill some enemies. Found a pyramid, and I have it to where pyramids are guaranteed from world generation. So yeah, and we get a nice sandstorm in a bottle, which is amazing for traversing the land. Pick up all the money that's here too. Next, we head to the west, beyond the Crimson, hopefully. And with the sandstorm in the bottle, we easily make quick work of traversing it, and we quickly find ourselves in the snow biome. And I decided to go inside a cave because I haven't actually done that much natural cave exploring, and we find ourselves a chest here. And we kill this dog, and it gives us a little version of a dog. We continue going deeper, and we find ourselves into a Draydon lab, and I quickly dismantle all the robots with the golden pickaxe I spawned with, and we pick ourselves up a, I don't even know what it's called, a chromatic? Is that what it is? I don't know. But that'll be useful for later. And it has some great potions in here. I also decided to break some of the cell traders because they'll also be useful for later, you know. There's some flinxes around here, so I decided to kill them. Yeah, and they'd be pretty useful to kill. In the main chest we see over here, I got the Arctic diving gear, which is really good early game. I wish it was a turtle shell, the ice turtle shell. However, I'm not complaining with the Arctic gear. You can't go wrong with that. You can go to the abyss early game too. So yeah, I decided to kill these things, and here is another example of early game summoner just not doing anything. This is peak Terraria gameplay. This really is, you know. I've been playing this game for a very long time, and this is something every Terraria player who's played Summoner Calamity has experienced once in their playthrough. If you agree with me, hit that like button and leave a comment about what it was. W-plug. Anyways, yeah, please enjoy yourselves to this moment here. See, it's not that bad, right? Like, this music's it's a really good soundtrack, you know? Such a vibe. Just sitting here watching my squirrel on the other side of that wall throw acorns at this weird furry monster. This game's so beautiful, isn't it? It really is. God, I love this game so much. But yeah, it's almost dead. I'm almost. It's almost there. Yay! Let's go. That only took like 20 years. Making my way back to the surface, I teleport home, and I decide that my NPCs have stayed homeless long enough, especially in this grueling rain tsunami. So I decided to build them some nice houses. And here you guys may see my perfect building skills that none have ever seen before. Perfect building skills. I doubt anyone's seen such beautiful houses ever. Now that we're done building houses that would make Picasso jealous, I decided to soar into the clouds by using my gravitational potion. I wonder what exciting things will wait for us here. Got to be kidding me. Let's run that back. Alright. Anyways. Oh wow, floating island. And we open the chest, and it's a lucky horseshoe. Could be worse. Could be way worse, actually. But I'll take it. Next, we gotta find some more, so I head the opposite direction. And we find another one. How cute. We actually find a lot more up here. However, this one contains arguably what's worse. And then we find a Star Fury, and then we find ourselves a shiny red balloon. We have a lot more upgrades now, and we're getting this much closer to fighting our first boss, King Slime. However, I was really hoping we'd get some wings. However, and when you do fall down, we find a Wolfram, I don't even know what it's called, a Wolfram Collar, I believe it's called. I don't know. But we kill it, and we get some cores and from the stuff. So we have enough cores to make the full set and some more. So I make the summon because it does more damage. However, it does literally nothing. As you can see here, it just stands next to me. The only thing I use this for is for quicker healing, which it does pretty decently actually. However, that's not really that much. We decided to make some magic storage here, and I move all my stuff from my chest to a magic storage system, and this is great. I love magic storage. We take some more L's here and there. It is what it is. It's early game summoner because my minions, I dodge so well here. I'm dodging like crazy. He's almost dead too, and then he just gets the better of me because my minion does nothing. But then we find some more cores, and I'm able to make the full set because of this. But since my minion just doesn't do anything, I'm forced to kill this thing with my pickaxe. Remember that lava pool I mentioned previously? Well, I use that to make some obsidian. This obsidian will come in pretty useful later. Hopefully, right? You know, it is what it is. I thought I could make some obsidian armor, but I cannot because that's a post-eater boss or post-world boss. So I decided to make some more houses in the meantime. I think any classical artist would just be jealous by this stroke of genius housing right here. Also, can I say that the graphics mod I installed is so beautiful? The ambience mod, it's just so gorgeous in the background. Paired with the lighting mod, it's so good. Yeah, but more houses. We get ourselves a nurse who's pretty useless in Calamity in my opinion, because the only reason I would ever use a nurse is to heal in during a boss fight. However, Calamity doesn't even let you do that, so is there even a point? Who knows? Oh, I think I forgot to mention, but this is also Master Mode too, so we're also increasing in buff for enemies. I decide to take some whatever time I have left, and I go to the jungle so I can get some stingers, because I want to make the Snapthorn, which is pretty good. So we get a bunch of stingers here and there. We get some of the moss. We also get the vines. The vines took me the longest part to make because the enemies would just not spawn. So, and even if they did spawn, I wouldn't get any, which is unfortunate. And I did also make some full wolf armor. So now I have 2 minions not doing anything. Isn't that just wonderful? But yeah, we get chased by a bunch of enemies here. We got some slimes, some hornets, all that stuff. As we kill them all, we get enough stuff we need, and I teleport back to base. With all this stuff we have gathered, I'm finally able to make the Snapthorn, and now we have an actual weapon we can use. Most of my preparations for King Slime have been done. I decided to blow up some shadow orbs in order to get a bunch of things to happen. Get the Goblin Army to allow me to spawn, get a meteorite to fall down, to see if I can get like a band of star power. Here I get a musket, or any other items that I could possibly use. Breaking shadow orbs are actually pretty useful, however I don't really recommend doing them that early, as a Goblin Invasion can be really difficult, especially if you don't have anything of your class weapons or items, especially for Summoner and Mage, because speaking from experience, Mage and Summoner get absolutely annihilated by the Goblin Army. It's like, you will get farmed. You might as well just quit and restart at that point. But I choose not to summon the Eater of Worlds here because I know I won't be able to win. Here I'm mining for Luxs Gift. I managed to find it. Actually, I wasn't really looking for it, but I did find it. So that's pretty good. I think the summon is the best one of it because it just does a bunch of damage. It's really fast. It's engaged with the enemy, unlike all your other minions, to be honest, at this point in the game. So it's a great pickup for later, especially for King Slime, as we will see that it deals a bunch of damage per second. As you can see here, it targets enemies outside your view distance, so it will go after enemies through walls. And this is actually very useful, as you can farm enemies just by chilling out. And honestly, that's what I do to kill a bunch of Stormlions, because I need to get some to summon the Desert Scourge later on too. But yeah, as you can see here, it doesn't deal the most damage. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part for setting up for a boss fight: building an arena. My game crashed 4 times while in the process of making this, which is why you'll see me cut sometimes. I don't know why that happens. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I just had to do it 4 times. I'm trying not to cheat as much as possible by just like getting in like Crystal Crusher or something, because I wanna do the optimal Terraria experience, something that I haven't actually done in quite some time. So I feel like this will be quite refreshing to do. And yeah, I'm building the arena. I decided to make it quite near my base because I have a mod that makes so NPCs can't get damaged. And I guess the best part about being summoner is that you don't have to constantly stop placing the bridge everywhere because your minions will kill all the enemies. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. Why am I still talking? Now that we're done with the arena, I decided to summon King Slime. Now there's a bug here that causes him to just chill at the very top of the tree. This is why I fixed that issue. But let me explain how this fight works. The first phase is relatively easy. That's right, there's multiple phases. He sort of jumps on you like normal, and then he will teleport the opposite direction, or like the direction you're running towards. And this is very simple. Just run around until he gets to around maybe 75% health. Yeah, 75% health here. He summons a crystal, the crown jewel on his head, and this could be really annoying if you don't know how to deal with it. Now, how I deal with it is I sort of dash the time it shoots, because when you dash, it's your momentum, what's it called? Your momentum and acceleration is increased by a lot, and that causes the crystal to aim really far away because it thinks you'll continue running that direction. However, since your dash doesn't last that long, it sort of overshoots you by a lot. So you can use that to your advantage and sort of bait the crystal out. However, one thing in this fight, well, for me is that when King Slime went to the top of the tree, he just stood there and he would just camp out. And it was so annoying. So I had to keep on trying to bait the crystal while activating King Slime again, over and over again for this fight. And it was nighttime too. I don't know why I tried fighting him at nighttime, but you know, I did get pretty close this first time. And yeah, my minions keep on targeting the crystal, so I keep on having to whip King Slime over and over again just for him to get aggroed on. And this is why I wanted to get the whip in the first place, so I could do that. And once he gets to around 50 health, which we will see soon, he will drop a little ninja dude. Let's see, where is he? Should be coming really soon. He's almost there. I don't know where he is. I don't know why he's not showing up. Maybe it's 25% health. It could be 25%. Oh, it is 25%. Alright, so how this guy works is he works sort of the same way as the jewel, where he will shoot projectiles at you. However, you have to stay close to him. You see how I'm staying close to him? He's not really doing much, but the further you are away from the ninja, he gets more aggressive and he shoots more projectiles. You shoot faster, more projectiles. You shoot more number of projectiles. You can see that right here where I try climbing the tree to get the King Slime, who for some reason does that. And you can see the ninja, he will shoot like 5 or 6 projectiles on the screen. And you want to stay as close to him as possible, as that will cause him to like not get you. Yeah, but unfortunately I do die here because I wasn't paying attention. However, you know what they say, the second time's the charm, right? I use this downtime to better my arena because I cannot stand it when you get stuck in that tree. So I just do what, you know, every normal person does and commit deforestation. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just destroy this entire tree. I literally obliterate this tree. Alright, time for round 2. This shouldn't be too bad now because we almost beat him the first time, and now with buffs, this should be the easiest fight ever. And that was that. There it is. It's a pretty good fight. I think he's a pretty interesting beginning fight for an Infernum player, and I believe he's also a great refreshing fight if you've never played this mod, because this Infernum itself adds in so many mechanics to each boss. It makes every boss feel memorable and not just something you can tank through as a melee class. I feel like each boss has, it's like you take Dark Souls, right? You take Dark Souls and you make it into Terraria. A lot of attacks are telegraphed in a way where it feels fair for the most part. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button, press subscribe maybe. Please press subscribe. And until then, peace!